Good evening. This is All India Radio. I am Nishit Kumar and with me is Prashant Kumar Sena with the evening news. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi celebrates Diwali with soldiers of Indian Armed Forces at Naushera in Jammu and Kashmir, says connectivity in border areas has been established with modern infrastructure leading to convenience for soldiers. Several BJP and NDA ruled states cut VAT on diesel and petrol after a sharp reduction announced by the centre in excise duty on fuel. Prime Minister to visit Kedarnath in Uttarakhand tomorrow, also to lay foundation stone for multiple projects. Over 107 crore 66 lakh of COVID vaccine administered in the country so far. Recovery rate stands at 98.23%. Festival of Lights Diwali is being celebrated across the country. The President, Vice President and Prime Minister extend greetings on the occasion of Diwali. Diwali Day Act introduced in the US Congress to declare festival as federal holiday. India raises issue of overflight clearance for Srinagar-Sharjah flight with Pakistan through diplomatic channels. Iran to resume nuclear deal talks with the US and 5 other nations in Vienna this month. Indian boxer Akash Kumar settles for bronze after going down in semi-finals at the AIBA Men's World Championships in Serbia, and in the ICC T20 World Cup, Australia beat Bangladesh by 8 wickets in Dubai. Sri Lanka take on West Indies in Abu Dhabi. As India created history by administering 100 crore vaccine doses against COVID-19, All India Radio salutes all the doctors, nurses, other frontline workers and all those who got vaccinated and made this possible. Even though the country has achieved this feat, we caution our listeners that the battle against COVID is not yet over. We appeal to our listeners to get fully vaccinated at the earliest and also help others get vaccinated. During the festival season, please follow these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing and focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 011 2397 8046 and 1075. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said all Jawans are like his family and the country's soldiers are the security shield of Ma Bharati. Addressing the soldiers at Naushera in Jammu and Kashmir today, Mr. Modi said it is because of the brave soldiers who guard the borders without sleep. The people inside the country can sleep peacefully and they can celebrate festivals with happiness. Mr. Modi said he is at Naushera not as a Prime Minister but as a member of the family of the soldiers.
आप लोग माँ भारती का एक जीता जागता सुरक्षा कवच है। आपके सीने में वो जज्बा है जो 130 करोड़ देशवासियों को भरोसा होता है, वो चैन की नींद सो सकते हैं। आपके सामर्थ्य से देश में शांति और सुरक्षा एक निश्चिंतता होती है, एक विश्वास होता है।
Mr. Modi said he has spent each Diwali with soldiers guarding the borders.
आप सभी के बीच आना, जो भाव अपने परिवार के बीच जाकर के होता है, वही भाव मेरे मन में होता है। और जब से मैं इस संवैधानिक जिम्मेवारी को संभाल रहा हूँ, आज उसको 20 साल से भी अधिक समय हो गया। बहुत लंबे अरसे तक मुझे देशवासियों ने इस प्रकार की सेवा का मौका दिया। पहले गुजरात वालों ने दिया, अब देशवासियों ने दिया। लेकिन मैंने हर दिवाली सीमा पर तैनात आप मेरे परिवारजनों के बीच बिताई। आज मैं फिर आपके बीच आया हूँ। आपसे एक नई ऊर्जा लेकर के जाऊंगा, नया उमंग लेकर के जाऊंगा, नया विश्वास लेकर के जाऊंगा।
The Prime Minister also talked about the growing self-reliance in defence resources as opposed to earlier period of dependence on the foreign countries. He said 65% of the defence budget is being used inside the country. He said the country is now indigenously manufacturing advanced defence equipment under the Make in India campaign.
डिफेंस सेक्टर में आत्मनिर्भरता का संकल्प उन पुरानी स्थितियों को बदलने का एक सशक्त मार्ग है। देश के रक्षा खर्च के लिए जो बजट होता है, अब उसका करीब 65% देश के भीतर ही खरीदी पर खर्च हो रहा है। हमारे देश ये सब कर सकता है, करके दिखाया है। एक अभूतपूर्व कदम उठाते हुए अब भारत ने ये भी तय किया है कि 200 से ज्यादा साजो सामान और उपकरण अब देश के भीतर ही खरीदे जाएंगे।
Mr. Modi said young India is flourishing with startups that are doing wonders and soon will emerge as a major defence exporter.
उत्तर प्रदेश और तमिलनाडु में बन रहे डिफेंस कॉरिडोर इस स्पीड को और तेज करने वाले हैं। ये सारे कदम जो आज हम उठा रहे हैं वो भारत के सामर्थ्य के साथ साथ डिफेंस एक्सपोर्टर के रूप में हमारी पहचान को भी सशक्त करने वाले हैं।
The Prime Minister expressed happiness that the participation of women in the country's defense is touching new heights. He said women are being given permanent commission in the army now. The Prime Minister emphasized that Indian military power need to be expanded and transformed according to the changing needs. He remarked that connectivity in the border areas from Ladakh to Arunachal Pradesh, from Jaisalmer to Andaman Nicobar has been established with modern infrastructure, leading to unprecedented improvement in the infrastructure and convenience for soldiers. Giving a strong warning to terror sponsors, the Prime Minister said terrorists made many attempts to disrupt peace in Jammu and Kashmir, but all were thwarted by our forces.
नौसेना ने हर युद्ध का, हर छद्म का, हर षड्यंत्र का माकूल जवाब देकर कश्मीर और श्रीनगर के प्रहरी का काम किया। आजादी के तुरंत बाद ही दुश्मनों ने इस पर नजर घड़ा करके रखी हुई। नौशेरा पर हमला हुआ, दुश्मनों ने ऊंचाई पर बैठकर इस पर कब्जा जमाने की कोशिश की और मुझे खुशी है कि नौशेरा के जाबाजों के शौर्य के सामने सारी साजिश से धरी की धरी रह गई।
Mr. Modi was in Jammu's Nowshera to celebrate Diwali with soldiers. This is Prime Minister's second visit to Rajouri since 2019, when he had also celebrated Diwali with soldiers. Prime Minister Modi also paid floral tributes to the martyrs at Nowshera. He offered sweets personally to soldiers on the occasion and also had lunch with the bravehearts at the border.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that he feels privileged that he got to spend Diwali with our brave soldiers in Nowshera, not as Prime Minister but as a member of their family. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said our armed forces represent India's diversity and the collective spirit of 130 crore Indians. The Prime Minister said our forces are not only known for their utmost professionalism, but also they are at the forefront helping people in times of crisis. The Prime Minister said our forces are synonymous with trust. After the centre's decision to cut excise duty on petrol and diesel, several BJP and NDA-ruled states announced reduction in value-added tax, VAT, on fuel to provide further relief to consumers. The centre yesterday announced slashing of excise duty on petrol by 5 rupees and on diesel by 10 rupees. The centre had also urged states to reduce the VAT on petrol and diesel. Hours after the announcement, governments of several BJP-ruled states, including Uttar Pradesh, Gujarat, Assam, Goa, Tripura, Karnataka, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, Manipur, Bihar and Madhya Pradesh, declared reduction in VAT on fuel. The Uttar Pradesh government said that the prices of diesel and petrol in the state will be reduced by 12 rupees per litre. Talking exclusively with AIR News, Haryana Chief Minister Manohar Lal said that his government will soon announce reduction in VAT on petrol and diesel.
केंद्र सरकार ने एक्साइज ड्यूटी में से रेट कम करके दिवाली का गिफ्ट देश की जनता को दिया है। हम भी हरियाणा में निश्चित रूप से रेट की जो हमारी वैट की है उसमें कम करके जनता को गिफ्ट देंगे। इसका असर जो है व्यापक जाएगा।
After the central government, the Madhya Pradesh government has decided to cut VAT on petrol and diesel by 4%. Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan announced that along with this, it has also been decided to reduce the additional tax on diesel by 1.5 rupees per litre and on petrol by 2 rupees per litre.
तमाम आर्थिक कठिनाइयां होने के बावजूद भी मध्य प्रदेश की सरकार ने आज दीपावली के दिन पेट्रोल और डीजल पर वैट में 4% कटौती करने का फैसला किया है। साथ ही डीजल पर जो अतिरिक्त कर था उसमें 1.5 रुपया तथा पेट्रोल पर जो अतिरिक्त कर था उसमें 2 रुपया प्रति लीटर कमी करने का भी निर्णय लिया है। इन फैसलों के कारण केंद्र शासन द्वारा दिए गए राहत के अतिरिक्त मध्य प्रदेश में डीजल एवं पेट्रोल के रिटेल प्राइस में 7 रुपया प्रति लीटर की अतिरिक्त कमी आएगी।
The Odisha government has also announced reduction of VAT on petrol and diesel. It follows the centre's decision to reduce excise duty by 5 rupees on petrol per litre and 10 rupees on diesel per litre. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be on a one-day tour to Kedarnath Dham in Uttarakhand tomorrow. Our correspondent reports that during his visit, Prime Minister Modi will inaugurate and lay the foundation stone of several reconstruction works worth crores of rupees. The Kedarnath township has got a facelift after the 2013 floods. that left behind marks of destruction. This will be the Prime Minister's 5th visit to the revered shrine after assuming office in 2014. The portals of the shrine will be closed for visitors on Saturday morning for the winter season. Mr. Modi will unveil Adi Guru Sri Shankaracharya's Samadhi Sthal and statue of the spiritual Guru. Besides, he will also inaugurate a residential complex for priests. The Prime Minister will also inaugurate the flood control wall alongside River Saraswati and Mandakini, ghats at the river bank and a bridge on the river Mandakini. The Prime Minister will also lay the foundation stone for the First Aid Centre, tourist facilities and Mandakini Astha Path queue management. The Astha Path will make the darshan easy till the Kedarnath temple.
Over 107 crore 66 lakh doses of COVID vaccine have been administered in the country so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. Union Health Minister said more than 30 lakh 90,000 vaccine doses were administered in the last 24 hours. The minister said 15,054 COVID patients recovered during the last 24 hours and the national recovery rate stands at 98.23%. Till now, more than 3 crore 37 lakh people have recovered from COVID-19. Kerala confirmed 7,545 COVID-19 positive cases today. The test positivity rate is at 10.50% and 5,936 recoveries and 55 deaths were also reported today. A total of 71,841 samples were tested in 24 hours. The Union government has said that more than 116 crore COVID vaccine doses have been provided to states and union territories so far. The Health Ministry today said that more than 15 crore 20 lakh unutilized vaccine doses are still available with the states, UTs and private hospitals to be administered. As per the nationwide vaccination drive, the government has been supporting the states and union territories by providing them COVID vaccines free of cost. The World Health Organization, WHO, has granted approval for emergency use listing EUL to India's indigenously made COVID-19 vaccine Covaxin, which has been developed and manufactured by Bharat Biotech. At the G20 summit recently, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi had pushed for WHO not for Covaxin, saying India will produce 5 billion COVID vaccine doses by 2022. The Technical Advisory Group of WHO, which met yesterday, has recommended the emergency use listing status for Covaxin. The World Health Organization's panel had last week sought additional clarifications from the Hyderabad-based firm. Covaxin is one of the 6 vaccines that have been received emergency use authorization from the Drugs Controller General of India and is being used in the nationwide inoculation program along with Covishield and Sputnik V.
You are listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi celebrates Diwali with soldiers of Indian Armed Forces at Naushera in Jammu and Kashmir, says connectivity in border areas has been established with modern infrastructure, leading to convenience for soldiers. Several BJP and NDA-ruled states cut VAT on diesel and petrol after sharp reduction announced by Centre in excise duty on fuel. Prime Minister to visit Kedarnath in Uttarakhand tomorrow, also to lay foundation stone for multiple projects. Over 107 crore 66 lakh COVID vaccines administered in the country so far. Recovery rate stands at 98.23%. Festival of Lights Diwali is being celebrated across the country. President, Vice President and Prime Minister extend greetings on the occasion of Diwali. Diwali Day Act introduced in US Congress to declare festival as a federal holiday. India raises issue of overflight clearance for Srinagar-Sharjah flight with Pakistan through diplomatic channels. Iran to resume nuclear deal talks with the US and 5 other nations in Vienna this month. Indian boxer Akash Kumar settles for bronze after going down in a semi-final at AIBA Men's World Championships in Serbia. And in the ICC T20 World Cup, Australia beat Bangladesh by 8 wickets in Dubai. Sri Lanka take on the West Indies in Abu Dhabi. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alert.
चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो कुछ वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे.
स्वाधीनता आंदोलन के दौरान भारतीय जनमानस को उत्प्रेरित कर स्वतंत्रता का अलख जगाने और मातृभूमि के प्रति सेवा, समर्पण और त्याग की ज्वाला प्रज्वलित कर देने वाले अमर गीतों पर आधारित विशेष कार्यक्रम आजादी के तराने सुनना न भूलें। FM गोल्ड 100.1 मेगाहर्ट्ज पर प्रत्येक शुक्रवार शाम 4:45 पर परिक्रमा कार्यक्रम के अंतर्गत आजादी के तराने सिर्फ आकाशवाणी पर।
Welcome back. You are listening to the evening news on All India Radio. Festival of Lights Diwali is being celebrated across the country with traditional fervour and gaiety today. The festival, which marks the victory of good over evil, is celebrated by lighting up houses, temples and other public places. People also worship the goddess of wealth, Lakshmi, on the occasion.
Om Mahalakshmyai Namo Namaha, Om Vishnupriyayai Namo Namaha, Om Dhanapradayai Namo Namaha, Om Vishwajananyai Namo Namaha.
Om Mahalakshmyai Namo Namaha, Om Vishnupriyayai Namo Namaha, Om Dhanapradayai Namo Namaha, Om Vishwajananyai Namo Namaha.
The President, the Vice President and the Prime Minister have greeted the people on the occasion of Diwali. In the United States, the first ever 3-day All-American Diwali celebration started with a fireworks display over the Hudson River in the New York City yesterday. The fireworks display was organized to encourage Indian Americans to engage their neighbors, co-workers and friends from all walks of life in meaningful conversations about the festival. Meanwhile, Diwali Day Act was introduced in the House of Representatives by the New York Congresswoman Carolyn B. Maloney to make the festival a national holiday in the United States. Maloney said that festivals like Diwali will help the U.S. accomplish its goal of becoming a beacon of happiness. She said the Festival of Lights in 2021 will symbolize the country's fight against COVID-19 and its journey out of the pandemic's darkness. A number of congressmen, including Indian American Representative Raja Krishnamurthy, support the historic measure. Krishnamurthy also introduced a resolution in the U.S. Congress to recognize the Festival of Lights' religious and historical significance. Prime Minister of UK Boris Johnson has wished the people around the world on the occasion of Diwali and Sikh celebration Bandi Chhor Divas. In a video message, the Prime Minister remarked on the spirit of Diwali and its importance in light of the COVID pandemic.
Namaste. It's my best wishes to everyone celebrating this year's Festival of Lights. And after the tough times we've all had, I hope that this Diwali and Bandi Chhor Divas for our Sikh friends are truly special.
The News Services Division of All India Radio will broadcast a special program on the occasion of Diwali, Deepavali Ki Baat, Akashwani ke saath, instead of the live COVID-19 program tonight at 9:30 p.m. It will be available on FM Gold channel.
The air quality in the national capital has reached the severe category. According to the Central Pollution Control Board, the overall air quality index of the national capital was recorded at 404 at 8 p.m. today. An air quality index between 0 and 50 is considered good. Between 51 and 100 is satisfactory, 101 and 200 is moderate, 201 to 300 is poor, 301 to 400 very poor, and from 401 to 500 in the severe category. India has raised the issue of overflight clearance for the Srinagar-Sharjah flight with Pakistan through diplomatic channels and has asked them to grant it in the larger interest of the common people. Sources said this matter was promptly taken up with Pakistan through diplomatic channels, and India has requested Pakistan to grant overflight clearance for this flight in the larger interest of the common people who have booked tickets on this route. The sources said Pakistan authorities had granted overflight clearance to Go First flights to operate the Srinagar-Sharjah sector on the 23rd, 24th, 26th and 28th of October. Subsequently, Pakistan put the clearance for the same flight on hold for the period from the 31st of October to the 30th of November. Talks aimed at reviving the landmark 2015 nuclear deal between Iran and 6 other nations are to resume this month. Iran's chief negotiator Ali Bagheri Kani in a Twitter post yesterday said that Iran had agreed to start the negotiations aiming at removal of unlawful and inhumane sanctions on 29th of November in Vienna. The discussions have been on hold since the election of Iran's new hardline president in June. The U.S. pulled out of the deal under President Donald Trump, but Washington has since said it would consider rejoining. The Biden administration said it will attend the Vienna meet along with the remaining signatories, the UK, China, France, Germany and Russia. As our nation celebrates the 75th year of independence, a series of events is being organized by the government as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Now let's listen to our special program Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav.
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. India's glorious fight for freedom is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of this valiant struggle every day.
In today's episode, we commemorate the birth anniversary of the great freedom fighter Vasudev Balwant Phadke. Born on November 4th, 1845 in Shirdon village of Raigad district, Maharashtra, Phadke was moved by the plight of the farming community and believed that Swaraj was the only remedy for their sufferings.
He is popularly referred to as the father of Indian armed rebellion.
Despite being an employee of the military finance office in Pune, Phadke used to roam around the streets of Pune in Maharashtra during the mid-1870s with a thali and ladle in his hands and calling out, "Our country must be free and the Englishmen must be driven out."
On Sundays, he used to travel to neighboring areas of Panvel, Palaspe, Tasgaon and Narsobachibadi to address the masses, and was apparently the first Indian to tour for public awareness, calling for the ouster of the British. On February the 20th, 1879, Phadke and his colleagues like Vishnu Gadre, Gopal Sathe, Ganesh Deodhar and Gopal Hari Karve declared the formation of their 200-strong militia outside Loni, 8 miles north of Pune. Phadke's team undertook some daring operations in the vicinity of Bombay and later in Konkan region.
In May 1879, Phadke issued his famous proclamation denouncing the exploitative economic policies of the British government. Copies of the proclamation were posted to the governor, collectors and other government officers.
The Times London on June the 3rd, 1879 carried a long editorial on the Phadke phenomenon. Later, when the Britishers tightened their grip, Phadke fled Maharashtra and tried to reorganize a fresh revolution with Rohilla and 6 in Nizam's forces, but his plans ended with his arrest on July the 20th, 1879.
Phadke was sent to a jail in Aden, Yemen, because the British feared the Indian public's reaction to his arrest. He died while on a hunger strike on February 17, 1883.
Vasudev Balwant Phadke died at the age of 37 years, but he paved the way for organized, armed movement for the independence of India. We also remember industrialist and Gandhian Jamnalal Kaniram Bajaj, who was born on the 4th of November 1889, founder of the Bajaj Group of Companies in 1920s. He was a close associate of Mahatma Gandhi, who is known to have often declared that Jamnalal was his fifth.
Jamnalal believed in Mahatma Gandhi's vision that homemade goods were the answer to India's poverty. He gave up the title of Rai Bahadur conferred on him by the British government and joined the non-cooperation movement in 1921.
Later, in 1923, he participated in the Flag Satyagraha, defying a ban on flying the national flag in Nagpur, and was detained by the British forces.
He fought the non-admission of so-called untouchables into Hindu temples in his hometown of Wardha. As orthodox Hindu priests and Brahmins objected, he opened his own family temple, the Lakshmi Narayan Mandir in Wardha, for the so-called untouchables in 1928. In honor of his social initiatives, the Jamnalal Bajaj Award has been instituted by the Bajaj Foundation. We salute this great industrialist freedom fighter. That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
In AIBA Men's World Boxing Championships, debutant Akash Kumar had to settle for bronze after going down in the 54 kg category semi-final against Makhdoom Sabir Khan of Kazakhstan at Belgrade in Serbia. The 21-year-old Akash lost 0-5 to end India's campaign in the competition. Akash has become the 7th Indian male boxer to win a medal at the World Championships. And in the ICC T20 World Cup, Sri Lanka were 137 for 2 in 16 overs against West Indies in Abu Dhabi when reports last came in. Earlier, West Indies won the toss and elected to bowl. In today's first match, Australia beat Bangladesh by 8 wickets to move above South Africa in Group 1 in Dubai. Chasing a victory target of 74 runs, Australia completed the task in 6.2 overs with the loss of 2 wickets at the International Cricket Stadium, Dubai. Openers Aaron Finch 40 and David Warner 18 were the top scorers for Australia. Earlier, spinner Adam Zampa's figures of 5 for 19 helped the Aussies bowl Bangladesh out for 73 in 15 overs. Tomorrow, India will take on Scotland at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium at 7:30 p.m, while New Zealand meets Namibia in Sharjah at 3:30 p.m. All India Radio is broadcasting ball-by-ball commentary of the World Cup matches. And now let us take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. The national capital Delhi will have partly cloudy sky, shallow to moderate fog in the morning. Temperature will vary between 16 and 28 degrees Celsius. Mumbai will have partly cloudy sky. The minimum temperature will be 26 degrees Celsius, while the maximum is expected to be around 35 degrees. Chennai is expected to have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. Temperature will vary between 25 and 27 degrees Celsius. Kolkata will have mainly clear sky. City will observe a minimum temperature of 21 degrees Celsius and a maximum of around 30 degrees. Srinagar will have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. Temperature will hover between 6 and 12 degrees Celsius. Jammu will have partly cloudy sky, becoming generally cloudy towards afternoon or evening or night. The minimum temperature will be 15 degrees, while the maximum will be around 26 degrees. Leh is likely to witness light snow. The minimum and the maximum temperature will hover between -5 and 7 degrees Celsius. Gilgit will have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. Temperature will hover between 2 and 20 degrees Celsius. Muzaffarabad will have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. The minimum temperature will be 10 degrees Celsius. The maximum will be around 18 degrees. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi celebrates Diwali with soldiers of Indian Armed Forces at Naushera in Jammu and Kashmir, says connectivity in border areas has been established with modern infrastructure leading to convenience for soldiers. Several BJP and NDA-ruled states cut VAT on diesel and petrol after sharp reduction announced by the centre in excise duty on fuel. Prime Minister to visit Kedarnath in Uttarakhand tomorrow, also to lay foundation stone for multiple projects. Over 107 crore 66 lakh of COVID vaccine administered in the country so far. Recovery rate stands at 98.23%. Festival of Lights Diwali is being celebrated across the country. The President, Vice President and Prime Minister extend greetings on the occasion of Diwali. Diwali Day Act introduced in the US Congress to declare festival as federal holiday. India raises issue of overflight clearance for Srinagar-Sharjah flight with Pakistan through diplomatic channels. Iran to resume nuclear deal talks with the US and 5 other nations in Vienna this month. Indian boxer Akash Kumar settles for bronze after going down in semi-final at AIBA Men's World Championship in Serbia. And in ICC T20 World Cup, Australia beat Bangladesh by 8 wickets in Dubai. Sri Lanka take on West Indies in Abu Dhabi. And with that, we end the evening news. Good night.